So soulful and so slick. Just really very nice. It's from the American Songbook, a classic called I Can't Get Started, on this great CD, Decisive Steps. Tia Fuller and crew, wonderful crew too. I love them. Let's see, they are drummer Kim Thompson, bassist Miriam Sullivan, Tia's sister Shammy Royston on the piano and the Fender Rhodes, and guest trumpeter Sean Jones. Christian McBride steps in as bassist, guest artist, and vibraphonist Warren Wolf. They even have Morris Chestnut tap dancing on this this production, produced by Al Pryor. MacAvenue.com. Tia Fuller. Get down. Oh, yeah. And, yes. Before that, Miss Melva Joyce on the vocals with Steve Melling playing the piano and Ron Mathewson on the bass. Mark Taylor plays the drums. Produced by Melva Joyce and recorded live at Ronnie Scott's in London. And before that, Shades of Bay, Mr. Andy Bay, drumming Negrita, an Afro-Cuban lullaby. Sweetness. And that particular movement was all set into motion by the meditative sounds of Shirley Horn. I love the way she does that. And I love that Rome Neal sang the beautiful song on the telephone. That was wild. And it worked.
You won't forget me. Though you may try. I'm part of memories. Too wonderful to die. And it will happen. That now and then you'll fall to wondering if we shouldn't have tried again. You won't forget me. On nights like this, the moon will cast on you the shadow of your kiss. No matter where you are, with whom you are, you'll think of me. You won't forget me. Just wait and see. me. On nights like this, the moon will cast on you the shadow of my kiss. No matter where you are, with whom you are, you'll think of me. You won't forget me. Just wait and see.
We wander through the summertime and drifted into fall. We never thought of winter at all. How foolishly we tossed away the buttercups of time. Who'd have thought we'd have no more songs to sing, hills to climb. We summered in each other's arms and slumbered in the glow. Never heard the whisper of snow. But summer's not forevermore. No matter how you slumbered in the glow. We never, never, never whisper of snow. But summer is not forevermore. No matter how you try, the trouble with hello is goodbye. But summer's not forevermore. No matter how you try. The trouble with hello is
Melba Joyce, one of the great voices in our world. Oh, well, this morning we're moving out of First Light and we're getting ready to open the doors to the gardens of Tranquility and Contemplation. And a little funky something. I have to save that for you. That's really hot. That's really a great song. But what I'll end on a note, something that I have never played. I listened to when I was a very young lady, all the time, every chance I could get, and it is such a pleasure to be able to bring this voice to you this morning. A little Joe Williams.
Don't go changing to try to please me. You never let me down before. Don't imagine you're too familiar. I don't see you anymore. I never leave you in time of trouble. We never could have come this far. I took the good time, I'll take the bad times. I'll take you just the way you are. Don't go trying some new fashion. Don't change the color of your hair. You always have my unspoken passion. Although I might not seem to care, I don't want clever conversation. I never want to work that hard. I just want someone that I can talk to. I want you just the way you are. I need to know that you will always be the same old someone that I knew. What will it take till you believe in me the way that I believe in you? I said I love you, and that's forever. This I promise from the heart. I couldn't love you any better. I love you just the way you are. Couldn't love you any better. I love you just the way you are. Just the way
Whcr 90.3 FM, New York.
Well, good morning, family. Good morning, and we've open the gates to the gardens with something very unique, a Joe Williams song. That is something very different for us, and I'm just so honored to be able to do that for you.
WHCR is doing it again, giving you an opportunity to show your support while having a great time. On Saturday, May 17th from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m., WHCR's house DJs come together to bring you Uptown Saturday Night, a house party fundraiser like no other. You decide how much you want to pay to party. No donation is too large or too small. So grab your dancing shoes, your whistle, and your donation, and dance to the sound of house and classic dance music by WHCR's DJ Stunner of House in Harlem, the dub master Mike D of Mystic Vibes, and DJ Howie D of The Love Zone. That's Uptown Saturday Night, a house party fundraiser, Saturday, May 17th, 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. at Adar Lounge, located at 1637 Park Avenue at the corner of 116th Street. Remember, your financial support ensures that some of the best music, most informative, and educational programs continue to be heard on this station.
Peace and love, this is your sister Daia, inviting you to tune into First Light and the Gardens of Tranquility and Contemplation every Saturday morning from 6 a.m. until 11 a.m. for great jazz and a soothing meditation, artist interviews, and news that you can use right here at WHCR 90.3 FM, Harlem Community Radio, the voice of Harlem. That's every Saturday morning from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. on WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem. boom, chicka boom, chicka boom. I got these wonderful sisters in the house with me. Good morning, family. Good morning. Peace and blessings to you. Here we open the gates to the gardens, and we are in the gardens of tranquility and contemplation. I'm doing a little photo op. We're going to get back to that momentarily. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up number 4, and then I'm going to put up number 3, and I'm going to talk to my sisters this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, I'm so well. I'm so glad that you're here bright and early on our first hour of the day. Absolutely amazing. Now say your name for me.
Noelle.
Hi.
Oh.
Noelle?
Yes.
And the last name is?
Whippler.
Oh, okay. I thought you said something else. Simone?
Noelle Simone. That's my middle name.
Noelle Simone.
Yes.
It's such a pleasure to have you here with me this morning.
It's a pleasure.
Indeed, courtesy of Clark, who's en route and in journey. Good morning, my sister. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Oh, very, very well. Now say your name for me.
Dr. Deborah Grayson.
Wow. Dr. Deborah Grayson.
Yes.
All right. The authority in the house.
Well, I earned it, so I have to.
That's right.
I don't use the handle often, but when I get an opportunity to.
And see, it is so appropriate to use it on air.
Yes.
Because we have to let the world know.
It was a journey to that, so thank you.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, it often is for each and every one of us, and we're going to talk about that journey this morning, and we're going to honor it, and we're going to bring it in the context of this wonderful production that's coming up.
Yes.
Yeah, so you have to tell me what the date is when you're doing your thing, and what it's gonna be about.
The production is going to be at The Mist, Harlem. Here in the heart of Harlem on 116th Street between Lenox and 5th Avenue. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be called Bridges 2. Mm-hmm. And it's on Saturday, May 24th, 2014 at 4 p.m.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Indeed. The Bridges and Clark and this production of a host of talents is an extraordinary piece of work. It really is. I'm really glad to be able to promote it even a little bit, to mention it and to bring it to the light of this community that we call the family.
Yes.
And so you get to tell me a little bit about what it is that you're going to bring to Bridges 2.
Yes. For myself, I'm a vocalist. I'm from Harlem, born and raised.
Really?
Yes.
Me too.
Yay! Harlem. Yes, and to me, this is a huge opportunity to me to present myself to Harlem, and because Harlem raised me, and now I feel like I'm being shaped by my own community, and it's nothing better than that. This is all I've ever really wanted, is just to give back to my community in any way, shape, or form, and the best way I could do so is through music. So when I met Clark, she gave me different songs to learn to present. So I'm going to be presenting a song from. Maybe I shouldn't tell them yet.
Keep it a little suspense.
Just a little suspense, huh?
Yes.
But that's all right. We're going to arrange for you to tease with one of the songs at some point, if you don't mind. Just
like a present.
Feel your openness and feel the presence and. Bring the song, and that's wonderful.
Yes,
really,
it's a
that's
pleasure.
really good. Where have you performed in other venues?
Yes, I have. I've been singing in choirs and in church pretty much my whole life, and I decided to take this my career professionally when I started singing for friends, and they were like, you should really consider this as a career because you can sing to everyone, and so I decided to gain the courage and start going to open mics, and I started going to the Lenox Lounge when the Lenox Lounge was still open.
Wow.
In 2011. Yes.
You
and-
remember that, Dr. Grace?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Oh, isn't that wild?
Yes, and this is when I was listening to everything else but jazz, and so when I went to Lex Lounge and it just hit me like, wow, what is this, literally, and it was a live band there. It was the Sunday open mic with Lafayette Harris Jr.
Wow.
and his whole band.
Okay.
Paul Boudre and Will Terrell, and everybody was there just jamming out, and I was like just turning 18, and I was going to hip hop jam sessions, so I was in this R&B mindset, and I love R&B, but jazz is before R&B, and it was just such an awakening experience, and ever since then I just started pushing myself to perform. I knew from there on that's what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Oh, that's fabulous.
And Harlem has been so supportive with everything because there's so much talent here already, and everyone is like a helping hand.
I love that.
And I've been going to different places like Silvana Restaurant and
Oh, yes.
the Shrine and
I
Paris
grew up
Foods.
around the corner from Silvana. And when that block was, what that mayor called the DMZ. It was home, but it was dangerous.
Forbidden.
It was, and we had to live there. But indeed, we were forbidden to walk on 116th Street between Manhattan and 8th. This is the truth, but now there's this wonderful restaurant, Silvana. There, and I'm just, every time I see it, I'm so intrigued. How life changes, how things manifest, and things go around, and and how a flower like you can grow up. I used to always think about that song, "A Rose in Spanish Harlem."
Oh yes, I love that song.
Absolutely, and that's what we do. We do manage to do that.
Right.
We have managed to do that, and Clark is managing to bring that to a larger audience. All these flowers and, this beauty and the varied colors and all this extraordinary talent,
Yes.
Dr. Deborah.
Yes, ma'am.
My dear sister.
Yes.
Welcome to the Gardens of Tranquility and
Thank you.
Contemplation.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here on this early Saturday morning.
Oh my goodness, Clark rolled her eyes at me when she first came here. It was so early in the morning. But it is nothing but love.
And any day above ground is a great day.
I heard that.
There's a friend of mine who says it's better to be seen than viewed.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying. Catch that one.
Well,
Yes.
I'd like that message. I like both of your messages. The message of our talent in our community and the message of being seen and not viewed.
Right.
It means life. And it
Absolutely.
means acknowledgement of something special inside of us.
Yes.
Indeed. Yes, so tell me now, the doctorate.
Okay.
What was the journey?
The doctor is from Chicago originally, born and raised. I've
Okay.
been in Harlem for about 10 years. Well, I've been in New York for 10 years. And in terms of the doctorate, I am a doctor of urban planning,
No.
city development, sustainability, green space.
Oh.
However, my first love is poetry since I was 3.
Oh.
Been writing since I was 15, so I've been writing for a good little bit.
Okay.
And so I'm a poet, author, scholar, teacher, professor. So Dr. Deborah is a professor of English and the Humanities.
Where?
And actually Berkeley College. Let me say Berkeley Business College. Let me be clear about the Berkeleys.
Okay.
Because Berkeley School of Music is in Boston.
That's right.
And
And,
then
that's
Berkeley-
what we think about.
Right. The LEE. No. And then you have the one in California. Clearly I wouldn't be here.
That's right. Well, you never know.
So this is
I have people
Berkeley.
from all over.
So this is Berkeley, Midtown.
Okay.
Main campus is in Jersey. So it's that school.
Okay.
Yes. So I've been with them for 10 years, but I've been teaching for
10 years.
I've been teaching for 14 though.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank you,
very,
thank you,
very,
thank you.
very happy about that.
That
That's
too has
wonderful.
become one of my first loves. Seeing my students' faces, seeing their eyes light up and get it. Like, oh, they got it. They got it.
Yes.
So yeah, it keeps me alive.
Yes, that's magic. It's
Yeah.
when you see that light come on in their eyes, you know that magic has happened.
Yes.
I've
And even-
seen it.
You can even feel the energy in the room.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, it's
It's palpable. It's real.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
It is.
So it's an energy that you turn on with your gifts.
Yes.
Yes.
You know?
It's just all Lord's work, all of God's work.
It is. It is truly. You know, it's just amazing how the Creator has made us manifest this energy, and the energy vibrates out and it touches people. And it's really very, very powerful.
Yes.
You know, and it's transformative.
Yes. Yes, it is. It is.
You know, that is really, really something else. So I know you brought a poem this morning.
I have something I can share.
I would love for you
A
to.
piece
You
of
could
something.
bring that microphone down a little
A little
bit.
bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, share the mic.
There we go.
Yeah, it makes such an intimate moment, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now let me just make sure that I'm not hurting your ears.
No.
Sounds okay?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to turn my microphone off, and I'm going to let you do your thing.
Oh, okay. That's my cue. I'll just give you a snippet of something. Poetry. Poetry is more than just words on stages while standing on pages, offering gazes to those who look on. It's more than whispers in the wind captured by blue and black pens beyond the comprehension of the divine dimensions that can transcend from the sublime to the norm. Some people listen to love songs, but by listening to poetry, I believe love can be made and babies can be born. It's a gift we all have if only we'll grab the inspiration as it passes us by, from the stories that we live and the freedom that it gives to the questions without answers or reasons why. Poetry? Poetry is grandma's knee baby, the possibilities and maybes, the tears and love on lovers' faces. It's glimpses and glances, missed and captured chances, it's glad hellos and sad goodbyes. It's memories and fantasies, some come true and kept hidden. It's poetry if it's journaled, freestyled, as long as it's written. Poetry is.
Wow. Go on.
Thank you.
Dr. Deborah
Thank you.
Grayson. Woo!
My brain is still waking up. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
thank
it's.
you.
I think it's one of those more foggy mornings or something, because my brain just didn't even come with me to work this morning. It's like, where are you? What's going on? And voice, will you please show up?
Catch up.
It's still trying to catch up,
Right.
actually. But we made it through, and you bring us such grace.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can just imagine in the classroom with the students catching the poetry. Do you do poetry for them?
Every now and again, it depends. If I'm doing, like this quarter, I'm teaching English and humanities. So we've actually done poetry and music and how the two bridge together and the similarities between the syntax, the word order, a refrain, a bridge, a hook, and how it's similar in the structure of poetry. So it's been really awesome.
Well, can we get a little lesson in that particular?
Okay.
Yeah, because I think that is it's a very valuable thing to articulate and to understand clearly the connections and the underpinnings.
Well, with music, of course, what carries us is the tune and the beat. And what we fail to realize or don't often realize, I don't want to use the word fail. That's a good word from a professor, huh? What we tend to not realize is that the words themselves have rhythm. And they have a beat, a syncopation, a syntax, a word order. And so when we look at the framework of music and how it's written, you have the verses, you have the chorus, you have the hook, there's a bridge. In poetry, there are stanzas or verses. There's could be a refrain, which is a repetition. There's a verse that keeps repeating.
That's right.
And there could even be like a little bit of a sneak in a poem, like it's called a césure, which is a pause, makes you stop and pause and remember, almost like Selah in the Bible means to stop.
Oh, is that a pause? Selah?
It means to stop.
Stop.
And think.
Stop.
And it's
Okay,
spelled,
stop and
it could
reflect.
be Selah or Selah.
I said Selah. I've seen it in the Psalms.
So
sure.
it wants you to like stop and think about it. Stop and think about it. Have a moment with it. You know, take a breath, if you will. Take 3. You know, but don't just run through it. You know, so when it comes to music, there are interludes and preludes and intros and outros. And she's the singer, so she knows all too well.
She's getting ready to sing us a song, I tell you, you know. But it's, and also, it's very interesting that the way you offer this information and this teaching, it sounds like poetry.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you sound like poetry when you're speaking this language, this knowledge.
I've been teaching and writing poetry for over 25 years myself.
Yeah.
And so, but we are poetry. We are spoken word made flesh. So we need to realize that when God spoke and said, it wasn't just, oh, okay, that's a pretty thing to say. There's music to your name.
Mm-hmm.
Like my name is Deborah.
Deborah.
So there's
Deborah.
a ah on the H, and there's life in that. There's
Oh,
breath
there
in
is.
that.
Oh,
you know?
yes.
And so when Noelle says her name,
Noelle.
right,
That's right. What a manifestation.
right, and your name, when you say your name,
Daya. Wow.
There's something
I
to
didn't
that.
I didn't even hear the ah.
right, because we're saying it so
Yeah.
fast, we're rushing.
That's right.
That's Deb. That's Noelle. You know, we don't really stop and really digest what it is that we've been called and are called. So there's power in words, and we are spoken word made flesh. When he said it, we became it, and now we have to be it and live it.
Wow. That is just really a wonderful mission.
Word sounds have power system.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Either
Yes.
sung or spoken, doesn't matter.
Well, we're going to punctuate that with a song, you know, from Miss Noelle Simone. Hello, good morning.
So I'm going to sing this song that I wrote called Superman. I wrote it when I was like 17 years old. So here it goes. Like a dream come true, take one look at you. You're my fantasy, you make me complete, I wanna be with you. You knock me off my shoes, you're so incredible. Your love so edible, wanna play with you, let me roll you. You brought me sunshine to my coldest heart. You made me melt right from the start. You're my Superman with superpowers, baby. You know how to rescue. You're a soul survivor, oh yeah.
Wow. Oh my goodness, we're giving you a round of applause, my sister. That's amazing. Well, Clark, my hat's off to you, girl. You know how to find my sisters and brothers. I went to the last show, and it was so incredible. You know, it was just absolutely amazing. Talent.
Yes.
You know, and this divine physician's assistant, Shakatonga. You know, who is pure music. It's just pure music, always has been. You know the brother.
Yes.
Oh, yes, it did. And fine. Okay. Enough of that.
Whole package.
The whole package is just wonderful. And right out of the handbook of Mandrill, my brothers in California, you know, that walked that way early and led the way for that beauty, that pride, and for musicianship as well as medicine.
Yes.
Medicine and musicianship.
Yes.
You know, so that's really, really cool. That was so beautiful. You do have such a gifted voice, Noelle Simone.
Thank you very much.
Yes, indeed. That's a great deal of power. Many songs to you. And I heard
you.
a story about one young lady who had 1,000 songs in her.
Wow.
You know, and these songs are so much of the fabric of our lives. They really just they reflect our moods. They predict our future. They speak to us of hope. I mean, just the whole gamut. You know.
Yes.
Absolutely. And the Superman, the Supermind,
Superman. Yes.
super consciousness. You know, we have to love that.
Yes.
You know, that's what we're walking in. Absolutely. My goodness, sister. Wow. Sister Dr. Deborah Grayson. So now I just wanted to, as I said, punctuate that particular conversation. So I want to continue that thought, you know, and those teachings that you offer. And you do so with such great heart.
Yeah, it actually fell into it, quote unquote. Fell into it. I taught my way through grad school.
Did you?
I did. Every advanced degree that I was a full-time student and a full-time employee working on my master's and my doctorate, and English composition and the humanities was what carried me through. So by the time I got through with the doctorate, I was like, this is what I've been doing. This is what's under my belt, and I actually love it. And I've become a different professor. Like, I am not what I was when I started 14 years ago, because I was much younger then. And so I do speak to my students much more now like they are students and humans and just people, and not these numbers in the computer, not these IDs that they swipe every day, not this digital code. And so we have conversation. I relationship build with my students. And I say, by the time it's over, you're going to need to have built a bridge, right? So it's funny because it's called bridges, right?
That's right.
But I've been saying, let's be a bridge for the last like 3 or 4 years, just like let's be a bridge. And so as a professor, you are a teacher, you are a mentor, you're a counselor, you're an advisor, you're a lot of things. You're not just this one thing at the head of the class. And I always say, I'm learning too. They are so shocked when I say that. They're like, what? I've never heard anybody say that. I'm like, it's give and give. We have to learn as well. I have 35 souls under the sound of my voice, anywhere from an hour, 45 minutes, at least twice a week. So I have a responsibility. To be present, to give them the best that I have, whatever I'm coming in with. If I have issues, it has to stay out. And what I find about the magic of them is that when I hit the door, whatever was wrong becomes so right.
Wow.
Because they're there to receive, you know, so I have to pour.
And so you choose to pour something that is good.
Yes.
You know, you're pulling from the goodness and you're giving it to these students.
Yes.
Regardless of the challenges, and honor the challenges for the strength that it brings to you.
Right.
You know, the clarity that it brings to you, and then reflect that strength and clarity back to the students.
Right.
Because they're going to need that lesson.
Yes.
To go forward.
And I'm tough. I am tough. Like, I'm a stickler on certain things, like being on time, being present, this texting in class. Oh, I'm good to check you on that. That means you're not present.
Right.
I just have you for an hour and 45. Can you give me an hour and 45 minutes? And I've asked them, I said, if you have to step out and text and tweet and Facebook back.
One thing at a time.
Because you're not here. And then at the end of class, you're asking me, what did I miss? Sorry. Find a neighbor, make a friend, hug a neck, you know, shake a hand, and find out what you missed because you're not present. So you have to really be, because if I were teaching and I'm over here texting in between class and you asking me a question, guess what?
You're not going to hear it.
You would think I'm crazy. And they would tell somebody, well, Dr. Grayson, she's texting in class.
That's right.
She doesn't. No, we don't do that. You see my face. I got real serious. We don't do that. We don't. No, you have to be present, show up, give your best because you want my best.
Yes.
So.
Yes, and you're giving it.
Yeah, you know what? I love what I do, and it took me probably maybe 3 years ago. I realized, I said, I really do love teaching. I've been doing it for so long to kind of, you know, make ends meet. But I said, well, if I left and did something else, what would I do? And would I enjoy it as much?
Right.
But this, I like the human touch. I like just being able to reach out. I'm reaching for you in the studio, but I just want to reach out, you know, and just like connect,
definitely,
you know. And so the only way to, even as an administrator, they administrate. So they send down policy and they send down, you know, things that we're supposed to do on a professorial level, but administrators don't get to touch the students like we do.
That's right.
We're on the front line every single day. And like Rakim said, they got to move the crowd.
Oh.
Every day.
Oh my goodness.
Yes,
Well, I
get a
think
load of crap.
for our mature audience here in the Gardens of Tranquility and Contemplation at WHCR 90.3 FM, we are at the half-hour mark in the first hour of our program. So I should do a little housekeeping.
WHCR 90.3 FM, New York.
And I should let you explain a little bit to this mature audience who Rakim is.
Okay. Well, he's an icon. I mean, from back in the day, like hip hop. I'm gonna say back in the day, but he's still around.
The 80s, right?
Yes, he's still around. He's I don't know how many appearances that he's making, but I've seen his name pop up every now and again. But of Eric B. and Rakim. Let's be very clear.
My goodness.
But he does a lot of solo stuff now, perhaps some albums. I'm not tracking him like that to give you where he is. I can't GPS him today.
No, that's
but
all
I
right.
definitely
I can look that up if you want.
You can
Go
look
ahead,
that up.
Noelle. Go on.
But he's an icon. He has contributed strongly and ever so much to the hip hop lexicon. I like that word.
Oh yeah, I like the power of words too.
Lexicon.
And as a writer, words, I wait for words. Sometimes I have to. Sometimes I don't have a moment that I can move forward with a thought until I have a title
Right.
and until I have a word.
Right.
And a word will come down like the muse will deliver it. And then there is the moment, where my story can continue.
Right.
That's very powerful. Lexicon.
I like that. It's certain words that just kind of juxtaposition. Is
Yes,
another word.
yes. That really make you feel life.
Yes.
As funny as it sounds, family, it really. But this is the truth. With people who love words, this is what happens.
Right. Right.
He
Yes.
actually has a lot of. He's on tour right now, and he's performing. Saturday, May 10th.
Oh,
And Janice Live, Rakim and Slick Rick.
wow.
Yeah, he's doing a lot. Though.
And Slick Rick is going to be at the BBQs.
Okay.
Yeah. On 42nd Street. Absolutely. I saw the name one day when I was, going to the Castile Theater on my way to see some great folks, including Woody King Jr. Big shout out to Woody King this morning. And I looked at the marquee and I saw his Slick Rick's name. So, Eric, that they're still performing. They're still going around.
St. Petersburg, Florida, today.
Yes, today. Isn't that amazing?
People like that, they just keep going,
Yes.
You can't stop. It's like we're born to do this, so it's like, why stop, why halt? That's the driving force, is all God's work, so it's kind of like, you can't stop,
Yes.
Well, there's a statement in hip hop: "Can't stop, won't stop," and that comes to us as far back as when it began. That's a statement and phrase that resonates throughout. So when you say
history
"can't
and-
stop, won't stop," they know you're talking about hip hop. They know that. They know that. And so, just to give him a little bit of homage, he was born in Long Island, New York, and he is of the famed group Eric B. and Rakim. Classic album Paid in Full, and was named one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time by MTV in 2006.
Wow.
I know it sounds like I know a lot about hip hop, right?
Well, I tell you, with these tools that we have available to us,
Right.
there is no excuse for us not being scholars and informed and sharing and deep, and that's how we do it.
Yeah.
We tap right in. It's just really very, very powerful, Absolutely. Yeah, I'm very, very excited. I remember my son told me something about Rakim. And, with great enthusiasm and excitement, but I don't know. Was that before your time there?
Well,
Noelle?
well, I grew up listening to hip hop and rap.
Oh, you
so
did?
Everybody. That's what we listened to when we were younger. But also on my own with my friends and my family. But my mother raised me in funk. So she raised me in James Brown.
I know there's a couple of people listening right now who are very glad that they heard you say that.
That's what she raised me in. She raised me in. all of that. Earth, Wind and Fire, Shaka Khan, Gladys Knight and the Pips, Luther Vandross, Michael Jackson, Otis Redding.
I love Otis Redding.
Oh man, there's so many people, so much people from her generation that has really shaped my mind.
Yes.
And there's no musicians in my family at all. I'm the only one.
You're the first.
Yeah, but the thing is, my family, they're huge music lovers and appreciators. So they were constantly playing music in the house. So we always was listening to soul, R&B, the Temptations, Motown, everybody, like that. And then my father, he listens to, he's completely different. He listens to heavy metal, hard rock, you know, and punk rock.
We came through the phase. Well, that's a really nice mix. You know, I sometimes I just have to share with my audience a little Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, Led Zeppelin.
I mean, I haven't.
Pink Floyd.
I'm not quite sure that I played it on the air, but I have shared that I went through the phase.
Yes.
I went through the Emerson, Lake and Palmer phase.
The Clash.
Yes, absolutely. You know, Alice and, you know,
Alice in Chains.
Mm-hmm.
Iron Maiden.
Mm-hmm. Iron Maiden.
Nirvana. You know. All of that.
And as I began to look at some of these interesting pieces of music in this heavy metal, you know, or, you know, this punk rock and this kind of genre, I realized that these guys had a firm foundation in the blues.
Yes.
Their foundation was the blues. It informed them. It inspired them. They utilized it and transformed it into their own version of music, you know, and, you know, because of radio, it took us away, and we were doing our thing with all of these guys, you know, Frank Zappa and you know, and the whole crew.
Yes.
Very, very interesting, you know, and it's and also, you know, it brings me to mind of the guitar of Jimi Hendrix.
Oh boy.
And that's coming out soon.
What is that?
That movie, the biopic is coming out.
Oh boy.
I want to say.
Yeah, that's
within the next few weeks.
Oh boy, look at that! His spirit is coming in for that.
Andre 3000
is playing.
Oh, is that right?
From Outkast, and he looks the transformation. If you see pictures of him next to Hendrix, well, I mean, most people that do biopics, they really do. If they're really in tune, they really do transform. They really do transcend, and they take us there.
Yes,
like Denzel when he played Malcolm X.
Oh, did he take us there?
It's like, yeah.
I mean, you can still see Malcolm in him.
and then, of course, Hurricane Reuben Carter, who rest in peace. He passed recently. Just, I mean, if you really are into your craft, and that speaks equally across genres, whether it's music, whether it's poetry, whether it's painting, whether it's dancing, if you're really into it, and when I say into it, that sounds so cliche, but if you have committed yourself to it, wrapped yourself in it, you can't escape it, you can't run from it, you can't stop, won't stop. So you can try to, it's almost like being called to a ministry.
It's true.
Like you're running. It's like, you know what, but it's going to snatch you.
Yes, it is so true.
And hold you tight, never let you go. So
isn't that something? And you know, I hear that in Noelle Simone's story about your family also, because you know, having inherited this wonderful program, I came into it as a music lover.
Okay.
You know, not as a music historian or a musician myself. Although there was an opera singer in the family, there were great voices in the family. And I have to say, a really big happy Mother's Day to Elaine, George, Asaro, all the mothers there, you know, to my daughters, and, you know, just happy Mother's Day to all of you, to my sister Marilyn Jennings Ramos. We honor you and we love you. And good morning. Welcome to the conversation here in the Gardens of Tranquility and Contemplation.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great.
That's wonderful. You know, I tell you, when music inspires you, when you're a music lover, it does a transformative piece in your life, but not as much as a musician. A musician, they get the call, the lives are taken into this realm, and it's magic. What say you?
Yes, definitely. You know who this is, don't you?
Yes, I do.
This is Brother Wally.
Good morning, Brother Wally.
And I just had to call in because your guests are such wonderful women.
Yes.
And I had the opportunity to meet Noel at the Banana Pudding Jazz, Rome Neal's Banana Pudding Jazz. I just want to say good morning to Noel. Can I say good morning?
Good morning, Brother Wally. How
are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Yes, and I saw you at the Mist. Yes. And I just cannot wait till I can see you perform again.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, that's absolutely fantastic.
Yes. And the professor,
yes.
Deborah,
Yes, sir.
Deborah, yes, you know, I heard you mention poetry, and I write a little poetry myself.
Awesome.
Oh, but let me just stop you, Brother Wally. You have to turn down your computer.
Okay.
Because we got a mean echo going on.
Okay.
Noel, may I beg you to close that door?
Oh, sure.
Oh, thank you so much. And we'll open it when the sister arrives. But in the meantime, we're going to do our thing. Oh, yes. Love for Sale.
Oh,
You
yes.
performed that, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, that's you. Oh, there was a diva up there on the stage with a figure to die for. And she was performing this song out of our history and our jazz songbook. And now I see her in person. That's absolutely amazing. That was a great show. I saw you there, Brother Wally.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah, we got a chance to say our salams, just a little something, something.
Yeah, latest deals.
What is that in the background?
Okay, now I had to turn the computer off.
That's good.
That's
a commercial that
commercial.
Oh, that's right. That's those commercials that come up on my stream.
Yes.
Here I am streaming all over the world, and I get
Yeah, I wish they could
Guerrilla
correct
marketing.
that.
That's what it is. It's guerrilla marketing. They're guerrillaing all over my show. It's incredible. There's a way to deal with it, Brother Wally. I just have to get a real hand on it, get a real grasp.
Right. Well, I live out here in Queens, so we cannot get Whcr on the radio.
Right.
So I have to stream it. That's the only way I can get the show.
Right. Well, that's how we get to Paris, where Stana Rumiak is. Good morning, Stana. That's how we get to Japan. And we get to Italy, where our sister Sabrina's brother is. He was on the air with us. And we were all over Japan, Osaka, by the castle for the International Jazz Day, my brother.
Yes.
I'm sorry you weren't there, let me tell you.
Yeah, I wanted to go to the Whcr.
Yes.
And I don't know what happened. Something came up and
It was a torrential rain.
Oh, you're right. You're right. That's what it was.
It was a torrential rain, but we still had about 80 people that came out, and we had a grand evening. It was elegant. There were great artists. It was just amazing, but nothing like Bridges.
Yes.
Okay, Bridges. The audience was out the door. Every seat was filled in the Mist. The Mist at 46 West 116th Street.
Yes, and I hope that I am back. Well, I will be back. I'm going to Barbados.
Oh, how
on the
beautiful.
18th.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, no, I won't be back. I'm coming back on the 24th.
Okay, well, bring me a little Barbados sand.
Barbados.
Sand? Yes, I will.
Oh, dear.
Oh, have you been, Noel?
Never. It just sounds
You have to
nice
go.
to just say it.
I haven't been yet, but I honor, my folks with their Bayesian ancestry, And some funk masters have got it too,
yes.
and some activists, as well. Our beloved people are all linked in their connection and their history from Barbados.
Yes,
So-
I've been to the Caribbean at least 5 times.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I've been to several of the islands.
Oh, and they're so gorgeous.
Yes, I try to go away every year.
Yes.
Somewhere.
Well, that's what my brother Harper was telling me. He says you gotta take vacation.
Definitely.
And I think it's, quite frankly, I might need one.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
But it's such a joy. It is really like having a vacation where you get the warm breezes, being in the studio with these beautiful ladies.
Yes, it is. And can I just say something to Deborah?
So, Dr. Deborah, how do you pronounce your last name?
Grayson.
Grayson. Excuse me for saying Grayson. Grayson.
When you speak about teaching, you really inspired me, and you gave the essence of what teaching is about.
Thank you. I'm glad you received that.
And you speak about poetry. I
do too.
Delved my hand in a little poetry when I was younger. And matter of fact, my partner, her name is Deborah.
Oh, yes. And she's beautiful, too.
And how we became partners was I wrote her some special poems.
Okay.
And put them on special paper, and put them in frames, and she just was, taken by my poetry.
Oh, how beautiful.
Brother Wally, presentation is everything.
Yeah. And I haven't performed.
Yeah.
I think I did once at Rome Neal's banana pudding.
Oh, you did?
Yes, once.
Wow.
And I have some poems that I want to do, but I just haven't gotten around to coming out and doing them.
Oh, well, you have to practice.
Yeah, but since I listened to the station this morning, and I saw you there, Deborah, I'm going to make it my business to come out at least Rome Neal's Banana Pudding Jazz and do some of my poetry.
Oh,
okay.
How cool.
We're waiting.
I definitely want to do it.
Thank you, Mr. Romney.
That's right. Thank you, Romney. And we have another caller on the line.
Okay, listen, I'm going to let you go.
Okay, my
ladies, continue.
I wanted him to stay.
Brother Wally, hang in there for just a second.
Okay.
I think Brother Smiley has something to share with you.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead, Brother Smiley.
Peace and blessings. Good morning. And I wanted to not hold you up, Brother Wally, but I wanted to allow the audience. Good morning, WHCR audience.
It's hard
morning.
hearing what you're saying.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Maybe you can hear a little bit better now. I've locked it in. Good. Brother Smiley?
Yes.
Your sound is a little muffled.
Okay. It always happens when I'm in a large apartment. So
Okay.
It's nobody here but me. So you hear that in the phone, not in me. But one way or the other, is that better?
A little bit. If you cup your hand around the mouthpiece, the sound will probably.
How's that?
Oh, you have to play with it a little bit. But I can hear your message, and I'll convey it to Brother Wally.
Yes.
All right. Wonderful. I wanted to say to Brother Wally, but in general to the WHCR audience, when I encountered Brother Wally, it was at the Marquee on 116th Street, and I just happened to be riding through on my bicycle, and I saw the setup, and I kind of just eased over and chained my bike, and then I said, what are you guys doing here? And they said, radio broadcast. I was like, what? Okay. So I wanted to convey that to Brother Wally. I had been a listener of the station, but just randomly, mostly on weekends. And that encouraged me to want to, you're broadcasting. Yeah, I want to be a part of that. And that's what I wanted to leave Brother Wally with.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Yeah.
Brother Wally, see, we're never alone. You know, we're never alone. And Brother Smiley explained, if you didn't hear him, that he met you and encountered you during one of our live remotes. And after that exchange, became a loyal fan and listener of WHCR, Harlem Community Radio. And has been family for many years, as a matter of fact. So that's a testament to the long-standing participation in the arts and in radio that both of you all have.
Well, I hate to disappoint him, but I don't believe that was me.
Really?
No, I don't recall meeting him at one of the station broadcast, or whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of brothers named Whcr.
Right, exactly.
So
well, that's true.
Me, unless you saw me at an event where it was just music, like Mom Neal's jazz, banana jazz pudding, or jazz mobile.
Definitely. All of those venues. But all right, so yes, there are a lot of brothers named.
Well, maybe it wasn't you, Brother Wally. You know that disappoints us a little bit, but that's okay. We can recover.
No. Actually, I think that that clarifies that. I wanted to also include that, Brother Wally, the voice, like when we speak in the single person entity, the voice. The command of voice that you use sounds like Tariq Tal. It sounds like a lot of presenters that have control over their voice presentation. So
Interesting.
I'm not mistaken in what I'm saying. I'm mistaken in the fact that you are not that brother, but your presentation is as such. That your voice, I'm going by your voice more than anything else.
Well, you might have met me somewhere, and I don't remember. But thanks for the comments, and I remember that name, Smiley, and I will make my business to any event that I go to look you up.
Very good.
Come and speak with you.
Yes,
right.
I appreciate that. I think that those are the connections that we strive to make, and we do, because we are family.
Yes, we are.
We make those connections, and it is really quite profound. It's really good of you brothers to share that, and perhaps the sisters respond.
I did. I wanted to say something because we were speaking about names.
Yes,
and so this may not be the exact brother Wally, but the names, the namesake of that power of that name draws us to one another. So
yes, it does.
So
wow,
Brother Wally and all the Wallies
and all the Wallies,
right? So there may perhaps be a similarity, like you said. His presentation is very much like that.
Command of voice,
right?
Yes, absolutely.
So that word sound have power.
Yes, indeed. It's very true.
The name
and control.
Wally,
I think that Sister, I think that I had mentioned to you. I think a few years back, I said your voice becomes your musical instrument.
Yes, sir.
Ooh,
yes,
wow.
It's the first thing that you use.
Yeah.
Yes.
As an instrument of music, of conveying music.
It's the first thing that we use.
We scream when we come out.
We scream
of our mothers.
That's right.
And to add to that, like they say, certain cultures don't have beats or rhythm. Untrue. You know why? Because the first beat that we learn is the beat of our mother's heart.
Yes, indeed.
That's the first beat that so there's no way
we beat with our mothers
that we don't have rhythm. We have rhythm.
So our heartbeats resonate with our mothers. Wow, that's incredible.
And the cadence.
And the sister, now let me just say that the sister has a song that just popped into her, and I would love for her to share at least a little teeny refrain. Okay. Did I catch you on the spot? Did you not know that song?
No, I know that song. I was just, I got rhythm, I got daisies, I got my band. Who can ask for anything more?
Whoa, you see what I mean? That impromptu. But I love this. You know, it really does support exactly what it is that you're saying.
Yeah.
You know, that it is true, and it's true in us.
The beat of our mother's heart, and it's Mother's Day tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. It's Mother's Day tomorrow. That's right. Brother Smiley, you were saying some things about Mother's Day. Maybe you can reiterate a little bit about that.
Okay. I believe that you had played Melba Joyce. I mean, you know.
I did. Oh, the masterful Melba Joyce.
Yes,
vocalist.
But from the beginning of the show, and then you kind of like transitioned into Melba Joyce a couple of times.
Yes, I did.
And when I heard her voice, you know, the cadence of her voice, it took me back to people like Nancy Wilson. I mean, you know, I could say Gloria Lynn. I mean, I could say, I could even go back to maybe, you know, because I don't want to exaggerate it too much, but the command of voice in the presentation that these female presenters made, you know, we call them singers. They are not singers. They are transitioning like the young lady. All right, I've got rhythm goes all the way back. It might go back before
George Gershwin
before
wrote it.
the early 1900s. You know, we don't know exactly who penned that, but that's one of the, we'll call it the names of songs or titles of songs that probably has attached to it certain members of each of those groups that I'm mentioning, people with command of voice, with a cadence.
Well, you know, according to Sister Noel,
everybody recorded it.
As Sister Noel, George Gershwin,
using that from a time gone by.
Brother Smiley?
Yes, ma'am.
I believe that Sister Noel Simone has an ID for the author of that song.
Yeah, I Got Rhythm was written by George Gershwin in the 1920s. However, it is still an essence of a style that comes from black culture,
yes.
You know, and yeah, you're right. Who knows? Maybe he heard it from somebody, you know, and or maybe he just was inspired by, you know, I mean, George Gershwin, he is a father, you know, and he wrote so much. I mean, Porgy and Bess and all of this that he's tried to help us black people get into a better standing field musically in the world besides our own music, which is jazz and blues. Right. He tried to get us out in musical theater, you know, and present us more, and so that we can have a performance on Broadway,
a platform to honor the music that inspired him. And
thank you for Porgy and Bess.
I think you're absolutely right, Brother Smiley. It probably, and you, Noel, you know, has its deep roots in what informed and inspired him all along the way before he wrote his first song. Let me just say that it is the top of the 9 o'clock hour.
WHCR 90.3 FM, New York.
And we're having fun in the studio. You know, we've got our folks here, and we've got our conversation. Brother Wally, thank you so much for your contribution to the conversation, for your spirit, for your brotherhood, and all of the Wallies, you know, that we call upon in this time, who resonate just like Sister Dr. Deborah said, resonate with a certain power through the name. You know, the name resonates. And every Wali I know, you know, in even being a Wali in the culture, representing someone to bridge a union in family is it's a very powerful vibration.
Right. I don't know anyone by the name of Wally that didn't have, like I said, it's a cadence. And when I say cadence, I'm speaking in the way that we make a statement to people, has a cadence to it. And I would say that even George Gershwin might have come into the black community and watched how we as, whatever the title that you want to bestow upon us, behaved. You have to remember talking and singing and dancing and all of these different venues are behavior.
Dig that.
There's no science. There's no science to it.
It's design.
It's things which is two feet.
And it is divine. It is absolutely divine. And I have an absolutely divine piece of music that reflects all of that energy and cadence and voice from our sister Melba Joyce that I want to bring to you.
Selling anything, music, hardware, software. From Birmingham, I thought you'd wonder where I am. Calling number all night long, no comfort on the telephone. Ran out and caught a midnight flight. Thought a little love would make everything alright. Landlord said you moved away. You left me all your bills to pay. Yeah, look out, baby. I think you made your move too soon. You left me with a Keno card. This life in Vegas sure ain't hard. I ran it up to about 50 grand. Cashed it in and held it in my hand. That kind of word can get around and make a lost love come up found. I hear you knocking at my door. Hey, but baby, remember, you don't live here no more. It's too bad. I think you made your move too soon. You know people that been to Spain, to Tokyo, from Africa to Ohio. I never tried to make the news. I'm just a girl who loves the blues. Take my song everywhere. I go away and I come back, and you know y'all still care. One love ahead and one love behind, and one in my arms, one on my mind. It's too bad. I think you made your move too soon.
Oh, yes, indeed. We're making our moves, and sometimes we're making our moves too soon. Brother Wally.
Yeah. Okay, I just want to say peace and love to both of your guests.
Thank you. Peace and
Enjoy
love to
Mother's Day
you.
with your families tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And hope to see you perform on the 24th, Noel.
Thank you. I can't wait to see you as
Absolutely.
well.
At Mist family.
Yes, at the Mist. Okay,
That's
peace
right.
and love.
Peace and
Thank
love,
you.
my brother. Thank you so much. Oh, indeed. Brother Smiley,
Yes, ma'am.
we're saying our
I want-
goodbyes to you, my darling.
Well, I thank you for that. I want to just interject right here.
Yes, sir.
It goes into that same. It's all right. It's okay. You win. Okay. This is why I say behavior, because no matter which melody you come up with, it had to be words to install that as a song, and it's the way, the cadence that we as African Americans, black people, whatever you want to say, behave. And I need that to be understood. I'm not taking anything away from who made it famous. I'm talking about if you listen to the cadence tells you that that's historical. All right? You can't sing a song without using voice that also has a rhythm to it, and that rhythm is not scientific. It is the heartbeat, it is the vibration, it is that concentration, or the peace of mind in some instances, my opinion, that your parents had before you were born. You see, if you are neurotic and you have a child, that child is going to have a neurotic gene in it that it won't understand why it has it. And this young lady also said that her parents are diverse. One listens to one variety of music and the other. Music is music. We are universal.
I would like to say, Zahir, assalamu alaikum.
Oh, alaikum assalam.
This is Lamont, also known as Farouk, and I'm not going to say a lot, but Mother's Day is one of the most beautiful, the most relative holiday on the planet Earth. Anybody that has a problem or political or religious issues with a Mother's Day really has a problem, like the brother was just talking about. The fruit doesn't fall too far from the tree. If the fruit is, if the tree is healthy, mentally, spiritually, psychologically, then guess what? The fruit will be. Otherwise, it'll be that. Other than that. But I just want to wish all the beautiful
Thank you, Brother Lamont Farouk.
I just want to wish all the beautiful mothers a happy Mother's Day tomorrow, and especially you, Daia. The work that you're doing at WHCR is highly splendid, and the love that you have for your that little boy that you always have around you, and I know that he's not in the studio as much as often as he was. What's his name again?
It's Malachi.
Malachi. Now that's a good name. Malachi.
You should use his voice, Brother Lamar.
That's right.
Who is this? Who's that?
That's Brother Smiley.
Brother Smiley. I just tuned in. So forgive me, I was actually watching Soul Train. I'm looking at Don Cornelius right now with the music down from 1977.
Well, it's interesting. You were front and center with us at International Jazz Day in Harlem, the inaugural event for Harlem celebrating International Jazz Day.
That was a beautiful early evening afternoon, and what you and my dear brother did, the Ramirez.
Rafi Kamal and Cliff Frazier and Ademola Olugbefola, we produced that event, and we were honored with Senator Bill Perkins and Assemblyman Keith Wright and Congressman Rangel.
Great brothers.
Congressman Rangel gave us a proclamation that was extraordinary, really. But the event was full of love and lots of people and great food and good music, and it was really something to behold.
Wow. Me and Keith Wright go way back. We used to hang out in them streets up in Harlem. I'm not going to give any details.
Yeah, don't give any details, Brother Farouk.
As long as also with the governor. But Bill Perkins, I'm going to say something. Bill Perkins is one of the most honest, real politicians, if you will, human beings on the planet Earth. He is not about any kind of BS. Bill Perkins is real. And if he ever runs for anything, I highly suggest that you vote for him.
Well, let me tell you, he's also in support of the Mayors for Peace. And we were honored by the chairperson and the president of the Mayors for Peace from Japan at our International Jazz Day in Harlem, presented at the Dwyer Cultural Center, a place you should definitely visit quite often,
It's nice.
Have you been there?
I have.
Oh, indeed. And I want to bring you there.
It's one of those tucked away kind of gyms. If you're walking too fast, you'll miss it.
That's right.
You'll think it's next to a children's like gym.
On the corner is a little gymboree
for children.
A little gym for children, for little kiddies, and it's in a beautiful building.
It is.
Maybe about 18 stories or something like that. And it was developed by these black men, Whcr Rivers, Ademola Olugbefola, and Cliff Frazier developed that property and own it. And then they developed the cultural center in the bottom. And so it presents the New York chapter of the Martin Luther King Jr. Center for Nonviolence and the International Communications Association. And I was honored to have the Gardens of Tranquility and Contemplation and First Light presented in this particular event as well. So it was just really a gem, and just over the top in so many profound ways. But before you ladies go, I need another poem. I need more poetry, because just your teaching is poetry. There's no doubt about it. I hear it and I feel it. Isn't it great?
Yes.
It really is. So soulful, and I'm going to need another song too.
Of course. Of course.
I'm just, taking an opportunity to really promote Bridges. That's going to be at Mist, and it's going to be on the 24th of this month.
Yes.
We highly anticipate all the extraordinary talent that's going to be presented there. I mean, you ladies, just to serve as examples, are stellar, you know, and I'm so impressed.
May I just in lieu of a poem, if that's okay, I'd like to spend a little time talking about Clark and the fact that it's called Bridges and the bridge that she has become to us. And so as to not negate that, because that's really, really critical. I mean,
I don't want to leave that out.
On this side of the artist piece, I want us to at least give thanks, you know, to her for the vision she has had and that she has. So this is like 15th, 16th show. She's been doing this for quite a long time. So she has established herself, the brand of Sisters Black Like Me, as well as Bridges. So this is Bridges too, and also Faces.
So now Sisters Black Like Me is the production company that presents Bridges and Faces in its series.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yes. And so she has done a remarkable work, is doing a remarkable work. I encountered her at the Schomburg. This was about a year or so ago, and she had invited me, and I could not make it. Then I recently, within his last production, I saw a posting on Facebook by one of the artists. And I said, I need to circle back, apologize for not being able to come, and then say, hey, how can I help? And so that was my entree into the space of Bridges, the one that just happened. So very open, very gracious. She is... she's a producer's producer.
Yes.
She wants it the way she wants it. There's a vision for it, and she will advocate for you. She will encourage you in her way, and she has a way that is a Clark way. But when you're done, you feel like $1,000,000.
Ooh.
Lives have been changed. The space has been. We have conjured something in the space.
Oh, I love the conjuring.
That's one of those words.
Yes, no, I've when we've had Ishmael Reed here, thanks to Rome Neal, and he's been a very special guest to us. And I remember he wrote that Conjure Woman.
Yes,
you know, and I know what that means. That it speaks to our essence, our power, and what it is that we work consciously to invoke into reality.
Yes.
You know, and all the good that it brings. It's very powerful and it's amazing. I'm very pleased about it. But she's got impeccable taste.
Yes,
she does.
The talent that she's
does.
The talent that she produces. You know, when she brings you all to the stage, you all are just really excellent.
Right.
Really excellent. I'm very impressed.
You know, I mean, that comes with good direction, because we can be whatever we are individually, because we do live in these silos and then these vacuums. When someone can be that bridge and offer us that gateway to bring it to a stage and present it to the world the way she has offered us the opportunity to do, that's awesome.
And
awesome.
I think that speaks to the cohesiveness,
right,
of the entire production. You know, because it is a powerful intergenerational. You know, and happy Mother's Day to Lee Olive Tucker.
Yes.
A big shout out to the sister.
Great
Beautiful
songstress of Harlem.
Absolutely, Harlem diva, great songstress. You know.
A point to be made about the May 24th show is that the Last Poets will be there.
Oh my God!
Yes,
Abi Aldoon and Umar bin Hassan. Will be two of the three. Though I think Babatunde won't be there, but they will be present.
That's incredible.
That's announced on Facebook on the page, so it's not a secret. But I want us to put that out there too, so it won't just be us. The elders will be in the building.
I love it.
And they will bless the space as well with their energy. And I'm sure your listening audience, they are familiar with who the Last Poets are.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
And so that, if nothing
But if
more,
you want to remind us.
I mean, you know, niggas are scared of revolution and black is. I mean, so many things that they have done.
I don't even have those titles on my lips. But I love Abi Odun, Oye Wole, yes indeed, my big brother.
And they drum and they come and they bring it. And so I think it's going to be even a more blessed space to have that. And we did have some elders in the last production.
Oh, definitely.
Right. And so
Sister Ella Peaches Garrett.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Oh,
When she
profound.
sang Strange Fruit.
That's right.
Yes.
Right.
Billie
Yes.
Holiday.
Powerful,
Yes.
powerful lady.
Yes.
Definitely. Yes.
So
with a Motown background too.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
And I love that that Clark is bringing talent of all ages
Yes.
to her productions.
That's right. She has some young people who are under 18
Yes.
who performed as well. That's right.
Yes.
And she's open to, so people, when they typically think of theater, darling, they're
Yes.
thinking, oh my God, I have to be this super Broadway star. But what she's interested in is your heart being a superstar. And being Broadway and being open to the making of what can happen. And so if you have a gift, if you have a talent, I will say today,
For the auditions.
auditions are today.
Is that right?
At the Mist.
Yes.
Oh.
On 116th Street.
From noon to
Lenox
3.
and Fifth Ave.
Sorry. Yes, from noon to 3.
Right.
So you can come during those hours.
And where are we coming? If we want to
So-
audition, we want to bring our talent to this forum, which I think is a brilliant idea.
Yes. At the Mist Harlem is a fairly new building. Is owned by African Americans.
That's right. Walter
so
Edwards and the
support-
crew. That's right.
Support Harlem. And it is located on 116th Street between Lenox and Fifth Avenue. The Mist Harlem, and it's right next to the African Market. And the audition is going to be from 12 to 3 p.m. today, Saturday. So if you have a young one, or if you feel like yourself, or you want to come and present your talent, come to the audition and be a contribution to Harlem.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's right. Bring it. Bring it. What is that phrase? Can't
stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Right.
None of that talent, that energy, that genius.
Yes.
Can't stop it. Won't stop it. There's no way.
And
That's
it's
just
just
wonderful.
such a learning experience, not just for the audience, but also for us as well. Besides being backstage and getting to know everyone's stories. And
Oh, really? You
yeah.
share stories?
Yeah, and it's just amazing
That's
to see
powerful.
everyone just give through their music or their dance or their poetry or acting or through the rap, because there's so many diverse talents that she has in the shows.
That's right.
And everyone has so much to offer, even a young child to someone who is 70 or 89 years
That's
old
right.
who's presenting a piece. And everyone learns from each other, and I think that's the most beautiful thing, because I think the first thing that I think what comes with growth is opening yourself up to be open to others. And everyone is learning from each other in these productions, and I think that's why people keep coming back to present.
So that was some of the camaraderie that I saw that was going on between the artists. You know,
You know,
it was
it's hard-
spilling out into the surrounds of the stage.
I mean, I think the space itself at Mist is a blessed one,
Okay.
because Brother Edwards, he built it, and what
Yes.
surrounded the sustainable aspect of that piece. But also, it's hard to be in a production backstage for hours with
Right.
people and not at some point link up, connect, build, share, bridge. I mean, how can you be back there for hours and hours and hours, and you're waiting for your cue and not connect with somebody? Right?
Wow.
And so even the backstage piece of that, it was so streamlined. You would think it was like over about 30 people in this last production.
There's a lot of people helping.
Lot of
There's
people.
tons of people backstage that are assisting and putting things together and running here, and there's lighting, and then there's the sound, and then there's the engineers, and then there's
Right.
the staging,
Stage manager,
and then you have the makeup people, the hair people, and everyone who's trying hard to just make the show work. And then you just have your 3 minutes to present. So even though your 3 minutes is what the audience is going to remember, you have all these people, this whole crew that's behind there in the background who's helping that make that happen. So all of these things are kind of not possible if they weren't there, you know?
That's right.
And Clark, she's kind of like she plays the role of director, producer. She's doing a lot.
Mother, sister,
Yes.
friend,
Sister,
Oh, wow.
a coach. She's doing so many roles, and I think that's what's really amazing about this, is because everyone's showing different roles backstage, on stage, off the stage. And there's so much you can learn off the stage that you could bring onto stage.
Yes.
Like your whole life, you could bring that onto stage. And in that way, that's how we connect. That's how we can connect to the audience. And that's kind of what I think that's what this is. Just to make that connection and, you know, rise with people and grow. It's the growth is so, it's shared.
Yes.
It's a shared growth. And I think that's what's so healing about this, because it's talent that is Black people, you know, and we're sharing our darkest secrets almost on a stage.
Absolutely. And greatest joys.
Yes.
You know, darkest secrets and greatest joys. I remember that brother who said that poem. I think his name may have been Blue. And he said a poem about why he liked his girlfriend so much.
Yes.
It was so precious. It really was. You know, and he just luxuriated.
And I like it.
If that isn't Clark at the door, I just do not know. Oh, she couldn't get in. Oh, she's been at the door and couldn't get in the house. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at that face. Oh. And she kept her promise. And it's on a tray. I can't believe it. Were you out there for a long time? Oh, my baby. Oh, my goodness. Come here, girl. Come on, there, sweetheart. Oh. Listen, let me tell you. We've been, you on, baby. Oh, no. Let's stay right here. Let me just say, Clark, we have been singing your praises.
Have you?
We have been loving your style.
Have you?
We have been lifting everything about you, and I want you to receive it with all the
Put the
love
music
you.
on. Put the music on. Give us a break. Put the music on.
Moment volé, instant glacé. Moment miroir, instant d'espoir.
Goodness gracious, and we are back. We are back, and my sister's in the house. Oh my goodness, it's carrying on. Clark, welcome
Finally
to the show. Okay, you got in and did your thing, and Bridges, baby, Bridges. Sisters black like me. Bridges,
Bridging
baby.
them gaps. Bridging them gaps.
You produce such talent. It's not crazy. It is divine.
It truly is, because, I mean, listen, without them, there could be no, they come to the table and I just try to work with them. I guess you can say I'm a curator of soul.
Oh, yes.
But it is so great to be here with you ladies. Oh my God, is your energy like amazing? I feel like
goodness
there's flowers floating in the air.
There are flowers, and we were giving you your flowers just before you came to the door. Couldn't get in the front door.
Surely could
Got
not.
a tray full of everything you promised for us. And
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Love water.
Talk about the water. Talk about the health, the divine health. It goes with the consciousness. Everything is in order. What is Noelle? You can read it.
Okay. Well, I just got an amazing gift from Clark. It's Tesla Blue Quartz charged water from Yes, I am. Yes, I am love. Yes, I am joy. Yes, I am wealth. Wow. This is amazing. This water
is charged with love, magnesium, and hydrogen. And it is created by a brother that lives in Brooklyn, Rising Sun, who's actually will be vending. He's our entrepreneur of the month. As you had an opportunity to speak with my soror, Dr. Kalaj Deborah.
About that.
Oh, you did not? Oh, shit. And not only is she an extraordinary poet, I mean, the bio on this woman is ridiculous. I mean, how many degrees? I don't know. I lose 4. Counting. Okay. Yeah, shameless plug. 4.
Nothing wrong with it. That's where we do it here.
Yes.
We lift it here.
We lift it here. And
right.
I am so excited about Bridges. We're actually at the Mist, as you already know, again.
Saturday, May 24th. I'm talking to Clark. She is an amazing producer and has created Sisters Black Like Me, and honors just the flyers alone just give me, I want to frame them, what I mean, because I'm so proud to see us in our glory. And then when you go to the show and you see the talent that is.
Isn't it amazing?
Oh, it's amazing.
Isn't it amazing?
Did
that tap dancer? Was that tap dancer Calvin? His name is Calvin Booker. He is incredible.
Incredible.
And they danced last month to Superstitious on guitar. And just to think.
No, it's beautiful.
Please.
Superstitious on guitar. Crazy. I love it. Crazy love. You know what I mean? But you put it together, you bring it together, and your mission in life, that's what we've been talking about. We've been talking about how you do your mission, how you do you, and how it percolates. It really comes and creates this backstage, front stage energy that is really a lifting of all of us.
Thank you so much.
You feel it through and through. I walked into, and everybody was all around, and people greeting, and then there's the stage, and there was this beautiful trumpeter, and all this energy, and the young people, and the older people, the elders, and such honor and dignity, and and you do it with grace and power.
Wow.
Go on, grace, power.
I will take all of that. I don't know if everybody's saying that, but I'll take all of that right now.
Indeed, you deserve it. That's it. You got to give that.
Thank you.
And keep it, and then just keep on doing what you do, because it is amazing. We all agree.
I love us. I love us. I love our
something?
people. We're so talented and so misrepresented and so misunderstood, not only by others, by ourselves too. And I just feel as though this one day, once a month at the Mist, which is Black owned, why not just celebrate who we are, what we've done, what we've been through, and what we are to go through, just everyday life.
That's right.
I'm inspired by everyone here. These 2 young ladies came here today.
Serious.
We're
talking talent.
Humbled.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Now, you did hear Noelle sing.
Oh my goodness, did I ever? And we're going to hear her sing again.
Oh, please. Like a bird. Like a bird.
Beautiful. What a gift the Creator has wrought. It's just absolutely beautiful.
Yes, God
Is everything. You know, there is only God. And that's one of the things that we have to remember. When you're doing this work, you are manifesting the Creator. You know,
Yes.
you're bringing all of the divine creation to the fore for us. And it's just... Right, Dr. Deborah?
Yes, ma'am.
Speak on it, sister.
Oh,
I'm
this one
telling
has
you.
its story and a half.
Oh, I
and
love
talented
it.
like nobody's business.
She is pure poetry. Poetry
It's
in
a
the
lot of those things,
classroom. Poetry into her students' souls. And it is manifest. It's just really
Actually,
deep.
one of my students is coming today to your audition.
Oh, that's wonderful. You see what happens?
So, I mean, beyond just teaching, I actually extended this invitation to my students to come to Bridges. And of course, there's an extra credit opportunity too if they come.
I love it. An incentive.
Yes. And so I had a student come all the way from Brooklyn. And she's coming all the way from Brooklyn today. She says she's not well, but she's going to come. And she's going to offer, during the reading, she's going to offer you a song. Perhaps,
Oh, wonderful.
You know.
Okay.
Well, we send
enough
her
about me.
healing
Talk about
energy.
you. Talk about
Healing energy for this one student not feeling so great. We take all of this dynamic power right here from each of you and each of us, and we send it into her and to all of these who are auditioning to bring this light to the fore, because this audition is going to be
And
extraordinary.
there's another sister coming from Orange, New Jersey.
Wow.
She's coming as well. Her name is her Janae.
Oh, yes.
She's coming.
Oh, great.
So just stories all around.
Oh,
you
that's
know, and
wonderful.
So, speaking about the healing energy, the water, that's a good segue.
Yes, a perfect segue.
So,
Have to try it's amazing.
Oh, that's
so Clark
amazing.
mentioned about Entrepreneurs of the Month. She was gracious enough to feature me last month.
As an entrepreneur as well.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I told you she's great.
Oh my God.
So the story is that I have an opportunity for people and a story called Eat Life. About 2 years ago, I could not walk. Unable to walk due to neurological conditions that we might know as MS.
Wow.
And I got to a point where I was tired of the doctors poking me, prodding me, trying to misdiagnose me. And I said, that's it. I'm going to do something that I've never done before. And I left Harlem Hospital, literally left Harlem Hospital. God bless them. They were
God
great.
bless
They
them.
were great to me.
Oh, great.
And I said, tell me what to do for my body. This was the day that Obama was at the Apollo and he sang that Al Green song.
Oh, yes,
So I was walking
yes.
down the street and I was like, what's going on? I went to Whole Foods, no plug for them, but Whole Foods, okay, healthy
Absolutely,
eating.
yes.
And I got the greenest, darkest thing I could find, which was kale.
Right.
And I ate it. And for the first time in 8 years, I felt the blood in my legs and my feet. The next morning, I woke up and I said, it's something to this food thing. So in my research, I was watching documentary after documentary. And for the next entire year, I cut out all processed foods, sugars, anything white, no offense. It did not go into my body. So no sugars, no
that.
rice, none of that. It was
None of that refined, bleached.
No.
You know.
So
yeah.
it was color on my plate all the time.
Yes. Rich color.
Yes, absolutely.
That has life in it.
We are living beings. I lost 90 pounds. It's a different, you're looking at a different, not only looking at, but you're hearing and feeling spirit, soul, and body, a different person.
Now that's what I'm trying to say.
God is a healer, and I'm still healing, you know,
Yes, yes,
but I'm
yes.
walking unassisted without a cane. I was using the cane up until about October. What, 5 months ago?
Oh, you are a miracle.
And so my gait is a little off still, but I'm walking. So
Oh,
Eat
yes.
Life,
A round of, just a moment for a round of applause.
I'm giving props to Jesus on that one. So
You
y'all
know,
can clap
let
for
me
me,
tell
but I'm
you.
gonna give it to God.
Yeah, well, that's where it goes. I mean, we're giving it to you, but
so-
you and the Creator are one. Come on now.
So as a people, we have to really be conscious about what we're putting into our bodies, right? So
We do.
We really
because
do.
it does cause disease and dis-ease.
Absolutely.
You know, the things that we do, and we do have to take responsibility and bring a divine healing. I cannot get over this miracle that
You see it?
That's so powerful.
I
Let
was so
food be
amazed.
thy medicine and medicine thy food is the last phrase offered in this Entrepreneur of the Month statement.
And that's by Hippocrates. So that's not a Deborah Grayson statement, but
Right.
our brother Hippocrates, he noted that. So Eat Life is a
Indeed.
movement, not a moment, is the entire movement for what I'm doing.
Yes.
And with the movement, not a moment piece is that we didn't get to where we are, wherever that is, in one moment. It's been movement over time. So if you are whatever you are today, good, bad, or indifferent, it took time to get there. It wasn't an instantaneous thing, but it was destined for us to get there.
Yes.
Right? And so we have to realize we have to answer to ourselves, like, why am I ill or why am I sick? I can be better. And that's where Eat Life comes in. Color your plate. If there's no color on your plate, there's something wrong with your plate.
That's right. And it's going to be something wrong in your body.
Absolutely. So we need to make a decision to be more conscious about it. And
The
it is
bright, the deep reds.
yes, the blues, the,
the
yellows, the
blues.
greens, and we need
And
to go
deep
beyond
green.
just the collards and the broccoli and that green pepper. That's good.
Well, although it's a nightshade,
It's good.
you know,
However,
and
there are
sometimes
other
the
colors.
nightshades affect our arthritis, especially in conjunction with some, other things, meats and the uric acid from it and all of that. So all those things in moderation, nightshades in moderation,
Right.
potatoes, eggplants, peppers, and, things like that in moderation, and meat in moderation.
But everybody, emphasis on body, is different.
Yes.
So what's good for you, sister, is not good for me.
Okay.
If you're lactose and I'm not intolerant,
Right.
then we have to figure that out. We have to pay attention to our body. It's called body consciousness. Being aware of what works good and what doesn't work. And then if it's in there and it doesn't work, we need to figure out how we can help it not be messed up. I'm trying to say it without saying it. But we have to figure it out. Listen to what works and what doesn't work. So anyway.
No, I agree. I definitely agree. I know I do crave meat, so I try and get no antibiotic, no hormone, of grass-fed
Right.
when I have to nourish that aspect of my body. And, if you do a test for me, it would probably in some of these books present that I might be a person who would eat meat.
Okay.
So, to each his own,
Right.
but color.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
all of the colors.
Yes.
Can't live without color.
And some fasting. Sometimes we just have to stop. We have to breathe deeply. We have to respect the water. And you got to tell us some more about that
Yes.
water, my sister.
That water is amazing.
I'm telling you.
That water will have you stop drinking coffee.
I'm here quiet.
I mean, the energy, and I don't, really know so much about crystals, but it is a crystal bottle that is actually one of the products. And, if you were to sit it in the sun, there's a copper top on the bottom, there's magnets on the bottom.
Wow.
And this it's a cobalt bottle, and he's one of the entrepreneurs that will be presented this month. And I only present what I do know or what I have experienced in product. And as you can see, I really do carry it and I use it, and it's just amazing.
And that's Miss Clark and her testimony this morning. But it's amazing that you can bring such light about these products, this consciousness, and the science behind it. There is a divine science, there's a practice, and there's a commitment behind it. And in conjunction with the beautiful artists, the mastery, the sisterhood and brotherhood.
Yes.
There is this honor for the entrepreneur.
Absolutely.
I'm so grateful for that, because that's where we have to go. We have to go to self-reliance.
Absolutely.
We've got to go to this place where we support one another again in our businesses, in our artistry.
Big time.
And absolutely. And
I didn't know, not to cut you, I didn't know that, I wasn't a science major, but he shared with me, Hank, the brother that created this bottle and the hydrogen stick that goes in distilled water. and he shared with me the hydrogen. Most of our cells ran on hydrogen molecules. Like, he's like, your bodies ran on hydrogen. We eat food to get hydrogen. This is how you can get your hydrogen, and it alkalines water. So I've spoken to many people about the products, and then there are some that say, well, you know what? I can just squeeze lemon in my water and alkaline it. And actually, that's not true. He was saying that once you, and I was sharing that with him, well, can I just squeeze lemon in my water? He says it's actually quite acidic until the lemon goes into the body. That's what alkalines it. And the way you alkaline water with lemon is very different than alkalining it with this hydrogen stick.
Oh, my goodness.
So, I mean, for $40, well, we're not supposed to talk about
No,
price,
we don't talk about prices, but we do talk about websites.
Let me give you, let me see
telephone
if it's on
numbers.
Here.
And
do we have a, oh goodness, do I have a number? I think it's healing. I don't have his.
Well, it says Tesla Blue Quartz, and it says, yes, I am.
Oh, I have an email here.
Oh, great.
It is Hank Rising Sun Ra. That's SUNRA. So I'm going to spell it again. That's Hank, HANK RISING SUNRA @gmail.com.
Wow. Nice. That is really incredible. Tesla hydrogen stick, recharge, the water molecules, renew. This is just so powerful. We're so divine. And also when you remember Sun Ra, okay, Hank Rising Sun Ra, in a Eastern European country on April 30th, Wednesday, April 30th, Sun Ra's birthday was 100th birthday was celebrated, okay, in over 1,000 cities that celebrated jazz on April 30th.
Look at that.
Yeah, International Jazz Day. And I have got to tell you that somebody knows something, okay? We're honoring throughout the world, okay, then there's something to it. And he was teaching this all along.
Wow.
You know, he was teaching our higher consciousness, our interplanetary connectedness, all of these things. Is, you know, how could we possibly be alone? You know, it's just so profound. So this knowledge that informs this water, it's got to be of a very profound state. And then on the same page, we have Brother Waleed.
Oh, this tea, Wally went to Morehouse, and he was our entrepreneur the month before Deborah. And this has been in his family for 100 years. It's produced and manufactured by a black family in Atlanta.
Now, just let me say that it is a miracle formula. It's an herbal tea blend.
Yes, an herbal tea blend, 5 ingredients. I don't know all of them at the top of my dome. However,
it has senna in it.
Yes, it does have that ingredient in it because it is a cleanser.
Yes.
However, it is, I use a product and it's so strong. It's maybe 4 ounces come in the box, but you have 4 ounces that you steep in a 16 ounce of water. And throughout the week, you only take 2 ounces of this tea. Now, this gentleman will be at Bridges coming up too, sharing his product, because we all need to know about this.
We all need to know.
To clear the colon.
That's right. The senna. That's right. Cleans the colon, restores our life by getting that plaque and all of those things off of our colon.
Yeah.
And
very important.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
Our colons are at least 20 feet long.
Okay.
The large intestine and the small intestine. And the thing is that we go through life thinking our body recharges and re-energizes itself, which it does. However, the only way it can do that is if we help it. And the only way we could do that is if we eat better. And America right now, our food isn't the best in the world.
No, a lot of it is adulterated. The soil is denatured. Some of it is manipulated genetically, manipulated organisms.
Mexico just banned GMO corn.
Yay!
So that's a great thing right now.
Good for brains on this girl. I'm telling you, she got a voice and she got a little knowledge.
Yes. No, you got brilliance. You producing brilliance, and you ushered brilliance right into the studio first thing here at 8:00 in the morning.
Hello.
My sisters.
I have a lot to say about Well, can I say something about health?
You've been talking all now. Don't stop.
Let me tell you, Sister Noelle Simone, we honor what it is that you have to share with us, and we know that it is the truth.
Okay. Well, hopefully it's the truth, but I've learned a lot about food in the past 2 years because I've been going through a lot of, I guess as a teenager, everyone goes through teenage angst in their teenage years. Well, not everybody, but most
especially in Western societies.
Mm-hmm. And I found that I was very obese. When I was younger, I was about 230 pounds when I was like 8 years old, actually.
I know that.
Yeah, I was going through a lot of obesity and like depression at a very young age. From things in school and such like that. And when I was 13, I lost weight through dancing, and I didn't change what I ate.
You look fabulous.
So, thank you.
She's got the goddess figure.
I'm trying to tell you, I wasn't even prepared for that.
And I lost the weight through dance, and it was a lot of like Taebo and just walking, like doing our home walking tapes and doing dance because I always wanted to dance, and that was what motivated me. And in my family, this obesity runs in my family, and that runs in our Black people's families. Obesity, high blood pressure.
Well, primarily because of our diets, the garbage that we were historically given.
Through slavery, we were
and preserving it with salts,
right?
Because it was not good.
Yeah, so just genetically, our body is just more in tune to connect with cholesterol than someone from another race would, because in slavery we were fed, the pork head, the pork toe, anything we can get.
The hog head cheese.
So it's not. So what we can do to help is just, we know that that's genetic for us, so we could change that by just eating better. Yes. And I started realizing I wanted to eat better only 2 years ago. I continued eating.
That figure came from 2 years ago?
Yes. Because
it's amazing.
Okay.
There is no tummy.
I need to sign up. I can see I can't see it from here, which is like really amazing.
Yeah.
Because the reason is because I wanted to share with your listening audience. There's documentaries that speak about the health of foods.
Absolutely.
Food Inc. is one of them that I saw, and that completely changed my whole mentality.
Really?
Because me, I guess I was very ignorant. Yeah, I was very ignorant.
What did Food Inc. Inform you about?
It informed me, for one, it was really funny. It was I was with my best friend at the time, and it was my birthday, and we were being fat and we wanted to watch like the Food Channel. We couldn't access it at the time, so we went on Netflix and we were like, oh, let's watch Food Inc. It looks like it's about food. So we decided we were eating chicken and watching Food Inc. And it's really talking about the inside of the food industry in America and what we are really eating.
Yeah, absolutely.
So like when you see Land O'Lakes with the little Indian lady, a Native American woman,
yes, Land O'Lakes butter.
Mm-hmm. Everyone sees that image and immediately they figure, oh,
purity.
It's pure.
Yeah,
when really it's super processed and things of that sort. They tell you about the life of animals,
particularly chickens
and
how they raise
cows and in the milk. How do we get milk? Nobody really thinks that deeply into how the milk gets into the milk carton. And when you really watch that film, you see like how much milk really is in the milk carton.
Oh, scary.
And how much pus is in the milk carton compared to the milk that's in the milk carton.
Cow pus?
Yes, and like in the chemicals that they put in. So people aren't aware on a large scale.
Into my coffee.
But there's things to access that information that we can tap into and be aware of, and we can learn, oh, I don't have to take Valium for depression.
Right.
I can just change the way I eat.
That's right.
And my body can help itself, and I can be positive now, and I can, oh my gosh, now my family is getting back together because now we're eating better, and now we're realizing we need to love each other, and when you start with yourself, then you start to manifest that in your family, the people close and that you love, and then you can give that outwardly to everyone around, and that's what's the healing power of. It starts within, and it starts with food, yes, but I also believe it starts with God, because you have to have that realization, because only God can can do that, you know. And I feel like food is not only for our bodies, but it's for our mind, it's for our journeys, it's for our mental health, how we can change other people's lives, you know, because if the food is dead already, then we're putting something dead into our bodies.
That's right. Into our live bodies.
How are we going to think alive if our mind is eating dead things, you know?
Right.
And how can we change the world if we cannot change ourselves?
Oh my goodness.
And it comes with just those realizations, and I thank you for Eat Life and sharing about being healthy, because I think in our communities, like, if we start eating better, you know, we have to be aware of why we need to eat better first.
Mm-hmm.
And it's people like you, Deborah, who teach that how to eat better, so people can realize, because a lot of us don't know. Like, I didn't know anything about the food industry until I saw that film.
I need to get it today.
You know,
Food Inc.
There are several other ones. Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead.
Oh my goodness.
Forks Over Knives.
Yes.
The Gerson Miracle. I mean, there's so many documentaries that are out there. You can probably find them on Hulu and Netflix.
I can't even eat meat anymore thanks to Food Inc.
It definitely will
I haven't
change.
never touched meat since.
It would change your mindset. But if we're suffering with a condition, I know it's a disease, but a challenge. I just say a challenge.
Yeah,
right?
why not change
a
the
health
language?
challenge,
You
right?
know?
I'm about relanguaging.
Yes, and me
So
too.
if we're
Right on.
facing a challenge, whatever that is, especially when it comes to our health, we can reverse the curse. I have friends who are diabetic, diabetes 2, whatever, and if they change their diets,
Yes.
literally the weight. See, we as a people, take that how you want. We want to be skinny, but not healthy. But my answer to you, my point to anybody listening is that healthy gets you to skinny.
Yes.
So if you're eating healthy, it's going to automatically happen by default.
Skinny's
you
not
know?
always healthy, though.
That's true.
You could be curvy and big and still.
Well, my point is that healthy will get you to that. So while you're trying to get smaller, be healthy on your way to that end, you know, to that beginning. So you have to really be conscious about that. So I want to thank Clark for just giving me that opportunity last month to present my story. And I was saying to her that you are a bridge. You are an awesome bridge.
She certainly is. I'm getting a little static, and I apologize for that. I don't know if you all hear it.
You don't hear nothing.
Yeah, I'm hearing a little electrical kind of feedback, and I'm not quite sure what it is. But I want you to continue, and I want, you know, as a matter of fact, we can continue after the top of the hour, because we're getting ready to come on to our moment where, you know, we transition into the last hour of Gardens of Tranquility and Contemplation. And there is so much to contemplate. That is, you know, I'm so grateful. I'm telling you, but we're talking about bridges, okay? And it is ancestor approved. Our ancestors approve and adore the fact that we're having this conversation.
Yes.
That we're laying this groundwork, that we're talking about transformation. We're going to talk about transformation some more, but you can experience it in Bridges, bridging the gap between our ancestors and today's artists. Saturday, May 24th. Clark, the executive producer and director, is here. Sisters Black Like Me is producing it. And it's called the Variety Soul Show, and sure enough, it is variety of some of the best talent, some of the greatest gifts I've ever seen, and I couldn't be more proud. It's going to be at the Mist at 46 West 116th Street. What time?
From 7 to 9. It's on the other side of the block.
7 to 9 p.m. Yes. And there is a door charge. If you get your tickets in advance, you save. Okay, and I mean, it is so worthwhile. It's so invigorating. You have to call 212-470-3163. That's 212-470-3163. And it's just really, I'm going to bite off some of these graphics, I got to tell
you. Oh, yeah, well, you know, the veggie bar is actually one of our longest supporters. The veggie juice bar on 125th. Davey supports us, feeds all of the artists.
Uptown
every audition.
Veggie juice bar.
Big time.
That's amazing. And the Mist is a sponsor also, and Zyco Energy. You got to bring that brother
We
on.
definitely have to.
Okay, yeah. No, I want you to bring some of your sponsors. We're going to do the same thing. But I mean, the conversation that we're having, well, we're going to have some more of that.
WHCR 90.3 FM, New York.
WHCR is doing it again, giving you an opportunity to show your support while having a great time. On Saturday, May 17th from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m., WHCR's house DJs come together to bring you Uptown Saturday Night, a house party fundraiser like no other. You decide how much you want to pay to party. No donation is too large or too small. So grab your dancing shoes, your whistle, and your donation and dance to the sounds of house and classic dance music by WHCR's DJ Stunner of House in Harlem, the dub master Mike D of Mystic Vibes, and DJ Howie D of The Love Zone. That's Uptown Saturday Night, a house party fundraiser, Saturday, May 17th, 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. at Adar Lounge, located at 1637 Park Avenue at the corner of 116th Street. Remember, your financial support ensures that some of the best music, most informative, and educational programs continue to be heard on this station.
Hey, this is Tony Johnson, host of WHCR's newest talk show, Legalese, on Wednesdays at 4 p.m. This is your opportunity to spend an hour with an attorney and get the answers to your legal question. I'll interview lawyers from various legal fields like entertainment, bankruptcy, criminal, employment, and labor relations. To hear past shows, visit our website at www.whcr.org. That's Legalese with Tony Johnson every Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. on WHCR 90.3 FM, the legal voice of Harlem.
Greetings. This is Honey from Harlem 411. Tune in to Harlem 411 Friday nights at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. for information on health, education, housing, community events, and more. Harlem 411 serves information to you with the opportunity to call in with your questions. Harlem 411, produced to serve the community's needs. Let us serve you with information. Friday night, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Harlem 411.
Hi, this is Flo Wiley inviting you to listen to Black Beat New York every Thursday night at 6. Black Beat New York is all about what's happening on the arts and culture scene in New York City, with a special emphasis on what's going on in the sweet village of Harlem. Celebrity interviews, ticket giveaways, Black Beat weekly events calendar, and I'll play for you some of the finest music you'll hear on the radio anywhere. Every Thursday at 6, Black Beat New York, The Flo Wiley Show.
Listen to the smooth, silky sounds of the Soul Lounge experience with your host, DJ Leroy, Tony Smooth, and the Night Watchman. Remember, the Soul Lounge experience comes to you live at midnight, the first Saturday morning of every month on WHCR 90.3 FM New York and WHCR.org. So kick back, relax, and let the Soul Lounge experience take you away. you'll never listen to radio the same again.
Peace and love, this is your sister Daia, inviting you to tune into First Light and the Gardens of Tranquility and Contemplation every Saturday morning from 6 a.m. until 11 a.m. for great jazz and a soothing meditation, artist interviews, and news that you can use right here at WHCR 90.3 FM, Harlem Community Radio, the voice of Harlem. That's every Saturday morning from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. on WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem.
What's up, man?
Clark just gave me 10 tickets. And we're going to do some giveaways here at WHCR in the Gardens of Tranquility and Contemplation. Sometimes I play a little funk. Now, you know me by now. Go ahead, Sister Dr. Deborah.
Thank you. I wanted to just tune in and zone in on this thing called community.
Yes,
I know
ma'am.
this is the voice of Harlem.
And this is Harlem Community Radio.
Absolutely. So I wanted to talk about that community piece and how we call it the village. It's all these wonderful names that we give it,
The
right?
family, the village, the community.
Right. And so Clark and I think I mentioned just slightly that we met at the Schomburg and how I wasn't able to make it to one of her shows that she invited me to. I didn't say why, but the reason was because I couldn't walk. She didn't know that at the time.
My God.
But I couldn't walk and make it. It was icy. It was cold. I was like, I can't make it. But she extended to me through our sorority's love.
Which is what?
Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
All right now.
So shout out to all the sorors in the New York, Harlem area. We need to come out and support. Clark, we need to come out and support. Let me say one more time. The members of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated need to come out and support Clark, and Bridges and Faces at the Mist. She's online on Facebook, and we need to just reach out. That's one way of extending ourselves. But she extended herself to me, and I just wanted to say personally, I've said it to her, but I'm going to say it to the world.
Aww.
Thank you for believing, for reaching, for touching, for teaching. And, see, we don't realize what goes on behind the scenes.
That's right.
Even as cast members, we only see a piece of it.
Mm-hmm.
But then she goes home with all of it on her mind, her heart, her brain. She feels the stress, the anxiety, the everything about it. And we give her a nod, a hand clap. Thank you, right? But it's not enough. It's not enough. And if you've ever done shows, like you're doing a show here or anything.
Yes, believe me, we just did that show at the
right.
International Jazz Day in Harlem, and I was like, Clark could help us organize. Did I say that to you at the National Black Theater? So I know what you're talking about.
We have to, give flowers. We have to say thank you, and not just this modest nod. Okay, it's okay to clap, and that's fine.
No.
But how can I help you, Clark?
Yes.
How can I help the vision become bigger, better? How can I help?
Yes.
Who can I send your way? Can I tell somebody to come and audition? Can I tell somebody to come read? Can I tell somebody just to come? And so people will come.
Well, auditions are today.
They are today.
So I want to invite everybody to tell everybody and to come and to showcase what it is they've got.
And the thing about this woman here, I'm gonna talk about her like she's not in the room. Okay, so there's this presentation that she makes of who she is, but that's because of the driver that she is, the taskmaster, the visionary. However, when it's just you in the room with her, she's pulling out of you. She's conjuring. She is asking you questions about why that piece. Who are you talking to in the room? Use this arm, not that arm. Variate your posture on stage. She really does give direction. So it's not like, I got a show and I'm doing a show. She gives the credit to all of us. She says it's our show. That's why it's ancestor approved. Because if it was just about one person and one moment, it would be about one person. And it's not. It's not. So she has a gift, and we need to look beyond what maybe she might present in the room, but that's her passion, right? That's her drive. That's her, because we do feel like $1 million the night of the show.
I know that's right.
We do. She promised that. She said at the night of the show, you're gonna feel like a superstar.
Absolutely. There was a lot of peacock feathers going on.
Was it not?
Oh yes.
Oh, please.
Pride, chest busting out, and all the beauty. It was glowing.
Because I know it's here.
You know it's in. I know.
I know. The talent. I don't have to see. I know someone's going to greet me that's going to be just absolutely amazing today. And instead of, they come into the room and maybe they're saying something, a poem, and they're not using their hands to get the message across. And instead of me saying next, go on, it's like, come on, let's work this out. I don't want to tell you no, because too many people tell us no.
That's right.
So let's figure out how we can. And if you can't, all right, maybe poetry's not your thing. Maybe you might want to sing, and maybe singing's not your thing. Well, maybe we might want to try and act like you can sing, and then you might want to act. I mean,
you might be a gaffer.
Hey,
listen, let me tell you, it's all
whichever works.
viable.
This month we have a magician. We have a black magician.
What?
Come on, hello.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
we have some amazing talent. I mean, just not in this room today. And Noelle, I mean, her voice. Can we give her like her sing? Can we just take this and go right to her to sing?
I sure. Are you finished? I don't.
Oh
wanna
yeah,
just
no,
stop
go
it.
right, please. I would love for
She
you
gave
to
you a
sing.
great cue.
Okay. This song is called Love for Sale. When the only sound on the empty street is the heavy tread of the heavy feet that belongs to a lonesome cop, I open a shop. When the moon so long has been gazing down on the wayward ways of this wayward town, and her smile soon becomes a smirk, I go to work. Love for sale, young, appetizing. Love for sale, love that's fresh and still unspoiled, love that's only slightly soiled, love for sale. Who will buy? Who would like to sample my supply? Who would like to pay the price for a trip to paradise? Love for sale.
Oh, amazing. Oh my God. I'm just Miss Noelle Simone.
Wow.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Oh my God. What gifts you bring. Flowers. Absolutely.
Thank you.
How did you ever discover this talent? You are a discoverer of talent. I know it. You just said it. You got this radar. It's like us here, myself and Tariq and others. We can hear a couple of bars and know. You heard something you knew.
Oh, for sure.
It's amazing.
Where did we meet, Noelle?
We met a couple of times.
Nama.
At Nama.
Yep.
Right there.
That is the
National African
Amsterdam.
New Amsterdam Musicians Association.
We can't say that enough. New Amsterdam Musicians
Musicians Association on 131st Street.
We
between
honor
Lenox
them.
and
We
7th
definitely
Avenue.
do. Definitely.
Nama, wow, that place.
It's amazing.
Oh, I haven't, I met them. Someone mentioned to them. They're so humble and gracious, they never just kind of like step up. They're supposed to be here. It's all right. We're going to work it out. They're going to be here. I'm invoking them. And we honored them and the legacy institutions that present jazz during International Jazz Day in Harlem.
Yes.
So, that's on our list.
Yes.
Definitely. Oh, so you all met at Nama.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
In the community. And that's all I can say is.
And everyone is so supportive and so generous and so talented and knowledgeable and wants to give So it's just, if you come here, there's so much talent here just walking around, you know, and everyone's just boiling with so much to give. And I'm just so happy that Clark and me and Clark had linked together.
Yes.
And I think that today the auditions are going to be amazing because there's so much talent right here in our neighborhood.
That's right, in our neighborhood.
Right here.
And we honor it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they don't get that notoriety. They don't get that, standing ovation that I feel as though they're entitled to in Broadway, Hollywood, wherever. I mean, like.
Well, you've been in Hollywood, my dear, so you would know.
Yeah, for a minute.
Okay, but the point is that, you get there because you're extraordinary, you're exceptional. When you see it, what it is, then, and you come back home, you know where it belongs. It's like it's someone that Miss Cheryl Renee, I call her Miss Broadway, because that's where she belongs. She belongs on Broadway.
Right.
Miss Paula Ralph Burkett also. Hello.
Amazing.
Oh my goodness gracious. Well, my dear, you've got an eye. You got dynamic radar, Clark.
Thank you. I like to pull it to the ancestors and just say, without listening to them and hearing these voices or seeing these monologues. I mean, we do classic black theater, jitney. We do monologues from classic black theater, jitney. Help me out here.
Comedy.
Fences.
We did that in Harlemville. We did George C. Wolfe in Faces. I mean, some of that material.
The Color Museum?
The Color Museum. Oh, my
Absolutely.
God, my favorite play in the world.
Oh, my God.
Those issues are still relevant today. They still apply today. I mean, you look at the hairpiece, the natural hair, the synthetic hair,
That's
having
right.
a conversation. I mean, these are the things.
It's so powerful. Where is Sophia?
Where is Sophia?
God bless Sophia.
And that's where I met. Actually, Sophia was with me at the Schomburg when I met Deborah.
Right. And it was the Chicago connection between Sophia and I.
Right. That's
and
right.
it was like, and then
And we were at Deborah Ann Bird's event. That's where we met. Deborah Ann Bird's, who was here the last time I was on.
That's right. I
the
love
show.
Deborah Ann Bird.
And you not.
And also at the NAM as well. I'm even wearing her earrings.
I have her earrings on now too.
Oh,
Sophia, you're famous. You're haunting me.
Oh, that's wonderful.
We're wearing your jewelry, Sophia.
Yeah.
So powerful. This is so thrilling for me, And then there's so much consciousness. And Dr. Deborah, we didn't even get a chance to fully explore this health piece, okay? Because underneath it all, there is, how unique it is to bring health and wholeness and heart and spirit to production. Now, that is special. Not everybody does that. The music industry, Hollywood, these places are notorious for taking advantage of our souls and our lives and our bodies. With peppering with drugs. This will help you to go to sleep, and this will help you to wake up, and then and then we got a problem.
Right.
So many problems, and then the underground stuff. You know what I mean? The the unlicensed substances. But we're talking the promotion of healthful, wholesome, dynamic things to give you life and transformation.
Absolutely. So, Eat Life is it is global. I've reached Afghanistan. I had a brother from Afghanistan. He's a firefighter in Afghanistan from the Mississippi Delta.
No.
He says, Sister, what are you doing? Then it's someone from Canada. So it is a global initiative to reach the world. And not only that, but my heart is primarily with us as a people. And by trade and education, I'm an urban planner, which is to build landscapes. But I'm concerned about this temple called our bodies. That's what I'm looking to transform. And we can only do that by eating life. It is not just food. It's what we're eating spiritually, Are we praying?
Yes.
Are we meditating?
Are we meditating?
Are we fasting?
Yes.
Are we thinking? Are we breathing? And we don't really know how to do that, right? So we have to really get back to a place. And it's a learning curve.
It is. It takes time.
It does.
You know, I mean, it's like you learn how to say waves of love.
Yes.
Then you begin to visualize it waving outward. And then you know that it is happening. And then it's a process.
Yes.
You know, for its manifestation.
Yes. And food is so personal. Food is so personal. How do I know? We write our names on our food. We hide it in the back of the refrigerator. we dare anybody to touch my stuff, right?
Yes.
We really do. And so when it comes to that personal thing, and as a people, we meet, we eat, we greet, we sip around food.
That's
if someone
right.
passes away, we're eating. If someone gets married, we're eating. If we're celebrating, we're eating. But then what are we eating? Okay, and so like she said, the Uptown
yes,
Veggie Juice Bar.
that's
Veggie
right.
Juice Bar
Mhm,
is
just like
the
Clark
sponsor
said.
for Sisters
Mhm.
Black Like Me.
Yes.
They offered some beautiful food to us at our rehearsal night.
Oh.
Collards and some other things that we had. It was absolutely amazing.
Awesome.
So it's not just,
And they do that every month.
Every month.
Davey does that every month, and it's 30 to 35 artists that are in the show. And Veggie Uptown Juice Bar, we can go to and get food for their rehearsal.
Where are they located?
On 125th Street between
I think it's
Madison and 5th.
Okay, it's between it's moved down the block.
Yes.
It was between Malcolm X Boulevard and 5th Avenue, and I think that it's moved to the next block between 5th and Madison.
Yes.
Uptown Veggie Juice Bar. We honor you.
Yes. And Davey supports us. You see our posters, you see our flyers right there in Veggie Juice Bar when you go in. I mean,
that's wonderful.
He holds us down for sure.
Oh my goodness, holds you down and lifts you up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gee. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And there's so many. I mean, Zyko. You've got Harlem Shake.
Harlem Shake. They sponsored our last production. Yes, they did. They're right on back here. They have a contest going on for who's the next Miss Harlem Shake 2014.
Indeed.
Just support, love from the community. I mean,
I love it.
This is
Sunrise. My goodness, e-commerce giant. You've got
It's
Sun
another brother.
City. Oh yes,
another brother who definitely Brother Bakindi. This is his Zun City, which is where you can get groceries and shopping online at a discount rate. And his information here. Can I give the number?
Oh yes, please.
347-881-5229.
And we should repeat that.
Yes, 347-881-5229, and that's Sunrise e-commerce giant. It's owned by another brother.
My goodness gracious.
Yes.
Absolutely wonderful. And so you give special thanks to Mr. Walter Edwards.
Yes.
Mrs. Davita Morgan Holder.
Yes.
Cynthia Francis, Kalia Lindsay, Amber Edwards, Simone Dugan.
Dugan.
Okay, Zyko Energy, Uptown Veggie Juice Bar, Simply Greta.
Who dresses me every show.
Watch out.
Simply Greta. There's nothing simple about Greta, okay? There's nothing simple about Greta's fashions. She is so gracious, so on time, so on point, and just always there. And just like Clark, let me dress you. I pulled out this amazing tops. The tops that I wear, they're all by Greta, who's a stylist, design extraordinaire. I mean, Greta's just like a walking runway. She's just gorgeous. And we have Uptown Juice Bar, which I had mentioned, Zyko Energy, Sovereign Energy, owned by a brother in Brooklyn, where he makes your house smart. You walk in the door, the lights turn on. I mean, he's just brilliant. Simone Duggan, phenomenal photographer, who does all of our, her photography, I don't know why she's not like National Geographic's on the top of an Alp somewhere, because her stuff is just amazing. Mr. Walters, owner of Mist.
Absolutely.
Walter Edwards, please. I mean,
and the crew,
just amazing.
Yeah.
Like, if it were not for him, we would not be there.
Oh,
and he really believes. He ended our show.
Yes.
Oh,
Last show.
Yes. How beautiful.
Amazing, man.
And noblestar.com, helping
Yes.
you to mind your business.
Yes.
You know, the UPS store is getting our business and making us good. And graphic designer.
Yes. Joni is the hype decoy, our secret ingredient to putting together our programs.
Gee.
Yes, and she's pretty amazing.
Does she help to put together your palm cards too?
No, I do that.
Oh, you're genius too.
Joni, don't say I don't love you. I definitely gave you a plug.
Good morning, and welcome to the Gardens. We got a dynamic energy going on. How are you this morning?
I'm fine. I'm calling because I just got a call from a friend that your program that's on now mentioned something about the New Amsterdam Musical Association.
Yes, we honor you. We honor the New Amsterdam Musical Association, NAMA, and
All
we're
right.
lifting
That's
you.
what we call it. Well, my name is, let me introduce myself. My name is Arthur Brown. I am the Vice President of the New Amsterdam Musical Association.
Oh, I'm so honored to have you join us this morning here at WHCR, Harlem Community Radio, and our program, The Gardens of Tranquility and Contemplation, here at WHCR.org.
Well, thank you. I'm honored to be on. A good friend of mine and a member of our organization, I'm sure you're familiar with her name, Whcr Weeks.
Whcr?
Yes, she just called me on the phone and said that you mentioned us and asked me to call you, so here I am. And,
Whcr, thank you, my darling. I know she's been after me for a couple of years to get NAMA, to make sure we pay attention to NAMA, and I'm honored to do that.
Well, thank you so much.
Now, what I'd like you to do is just tell us a little bit about NAMA.
Okay, I'll make it as brief as possible. NAMA, short for New Amsterdam Musical Association, is an organization that was founded in 1904 and incorporated in 1905. It started out as a labor union for black musicians when blacks were not allowed in any labor union back in those times, and you had to be in a labor union to get work in all professions. I'm sure everyone's familiar with the Brotherhood of Sleeping Car Porters, which was started by A. Philip Randolph.
That's right.
For the same reasons.
Yes, indeed.
Because and you know the story about a man named George. You know.
right. Everybody was George on the rail in the rail system.
And, right, and it was the same way in the music biz back in those days.
Oh, really?
It was it was the beginning of the modern recording era, and at that time, you had to have union membership in order to get work in the musical professions. And because black musicians could not get work, they decided there were 12 string players, not horn players, string players, because this is before horns became prominent in jazz. 12 string players got together in Midtown New York and formed their own labor union, and they also learned how to play horns to be able to get jobs. And this was in 1904. And they formed the New Amsterdam Musical Association.
Wow.
And they got so good at what they did that the Musicians Union, which was then Local 310, now Local 802, came to them to get musicians. And they became proficient playing strings, horns, and other instruments. And eventually they formed a 100-piece orchestra that performed at the old Carnegie Hall. And that was their coming out party. The original location was on East 53rd Street between Madison and Fifth Avenues, near where the Museum of Modern Art is located.
That's right.
And they eventually moved to our present location, which is at 107 West 130th Street, between Lenox Avenue and Adam Clayton Powell Boulevard in Harlem. It's a brownstone with a blue sign outside that says New Amsterdam Musical Association. We own the property. And we moved to that location in 1922. The building was built in 1910. And we paid off the mortgage. We burnt the mortgage in 1947. And we've been there ever since. And we've been a presence in Harlem pretty much since the beginning of the Renaissance, early 20s.
What a
and
history.
And many famous musicians have been members of our organization. Henry Minton, who owned Minton's Playhouse, was one of our former presidents.
For whom the Mintons is named.
That's right.
Yeah, pretty powerful stuff.
And UB Blake was one of our members, along with Noble Sissel.
Wow.
And several other musicians. And if you come to our place, you'll see a photo of his membership card.
Oh. Well.
Yeah, there's a lot of history there. And I want to invite the community to come and visit us.
Absolutely.
We do an open mic on Monday nights, which is open to the public. This only costs $5 to get in. And we also invite singers, instrumentalists, and musicians of all genres, including hip-hop and rap, because we want the young folks to come too.
That's right.
And it's an open mic musical program where we welcome any type of performer to come in and show their stuff. And it provides the opportunity. You never know who might come in to see you. I'll tell you a little story. I performed at the Apollo Theater on April 19th, Easter Saturday.
Okay.
With a band that opened for the Delphonics and the Drifters.
Wow.
And the BB&Q band. And the reason I got that opportunity was because the promoter, Keith Faison, saw me come in and came in and saw me perform. I'm the MC for the Monday night event, by the way.
Okay.
And he saw me sing and play keyboards. And he hired not only me, but hired the drummer as well to perform in that event. So what we do is we provide musical opportunities for people in the community. We reach out to the community, and we also provide services to the community. We provide very affordable music lessons. We provide very affordable space for rentals and events. And we also have lots of other things going on. We're putting together a program to provide musical instruction for the youth.
Good.
And we have a lady by the name of Louise Dolly Allen who specializes in teaching kids how to play music. She used to own Infinity Studios on Central Park West until she retired recently.
Wow.
And sold it. But she every year she hosts an event where she gets some of her little students to play music, and you'll be amazed at what these kids can do.
Oh, that's deep. Oh, my God.
I've been a member of the organization for just over 10 years, and I've seen some amazing things happen. And I've seen what music can do for the kids. I can't imagine not having music in my life, not having music in the schools. I can't imagine our presence in this nation without music.
Well, let me just tell you that I'm going to invite you to come to my show and tell the story in its full flower, because I too, I'm so moved by music and voices and by what Clark has done to bring us this kind of talent.
You got Clark. She's there.
She's right here. She's right here with us. Say good morning, Miss Clark.
I performed in one of her shows. I know Clark.
God.
Wow.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, my goodness.
And remember, you're on camera.
Oh, great. We blew you up. We blew you up, and we were just giving you guys some love because that's where I met Noelle at your event. So that's why you were mentioned.
Goodness gracious.
You're talking about Noelle Simone.
She's right here, too. Say good morning, Noelle.
Oh, wow. You know what, Noelle? Noelle is a wonderful young talent who I met.
I know.
She came through NEMA, and she is an incredibly talented performer, vocalist, and instrumentalist.
And I also
want
you
generation.
I want you to say, you're absolutely right.
Thank you.
I want you to say good morning to Dr. Deborah.
Good morning, brother. How are you?
Good morning, Dr. Deborah. How are you?
Awesome. Thank you.
She is awesome, too, and she is not lying. This is the most
This
awesome
is a wonderful
collaboration. It is a wonderful experience, and it is really my honor to bring this, and you got to come by. We really, just promoting what it is that you do is it's humbling, I have to say, because of the history. And you guys walk in such a humble way.